Hi everyone, this is Debbie Shelton and I'm here today with just a couple card shares and a very small haul from Michael's. I have two granddaughters that have birthdays tomorrow, so I made some cards, and this is using the Hootenanny collection by My Mind's Eye. I just love those little cupcakes. And then this circle and pennant is from my silhouette machine. I just did a print and cut with the Happy Birthday using Mini Nouvelle font, and then printed it and then cut it, and I used some of the Hootenanny paper for the small flags on here. And then, I've been seeing everybody use glitter and sequins, so I went out and dug out my huge bag of sequins that I've had for years and years and years, and just decided to start using those. So that's one of the sequins on there, and a little flower that I got from Doris. So that's the card, and then on the inside I just have a little stamp, and it says Happy Birthday, and you use my Spectrum Noir markers just to color the candles, and I use my new 1/8 and 3/8 inch corner chomper from We Are Memory Keepers. I'm going to have to write them though. The 1/8 works fine, but it doesn't seem to matter what weight paper I use on the 3/8. It just chomps it and doesn't cut it. It just garbles it, and you don't get a clean cut. It doesn't even cut all the way through. And I bought it last week at the Mega Meet, so maybe they can do something about it. But that's one of the cards, and one of them happens to be a landscape direction, and the other one, which is just about the same, happens to be a portrait direction, just because of the way I put the paper on my paper trimmer when I went to cut it. So, and that's the same inside there. So quick and simple, especially since I already had these cut out. So that's one. And then I have a sister who is having a birthday next month, and my sister likes roosters. So I had bought the rooster paper, just a couple sheets of this paper from Recollections at Michael's, probably last summer maybe. I'm not sure when it came out, but I thought, ooh, my sister would love those. And she's kind of a muted kind of a girl. She doesn't like the jewel tones and the brights that I really like, but she has a collection of roosters in her kitchen, so I thought I would make her a set of cards. She's reaching a milestone birthday this year, so I thought I'd make her thank you cards, since she'll probably get lots and lots of presents this year. This is a Marve Utica, or Uchida, or however you say that, punch, and then I made the insides on my silhouette using different offsets to make the inside of the label, and of course I did a print and cut on my silhouette with the thank you. And then on the rest of the cards I left them blank, because I also made her a bunch of thinking of you labels, thinking that maybe she might like to use them as note cards for special people. Now down here I use my stickles, the black diamond stickles, and it gave it that slight iridescence that a lot of roosters have on their feathers. These are just black rhinestones on there. This is that ribbon by the yard, ribbon bobbin that you can get at Joann's. I don't even know when I picked this up, but it's has the black and the craft and a fine red line running through it that I thought she might enjoy. And then on the inside, I made them long ways. I have a chicken stamp that matches this chicken here on the front, so I thought that would be cool. And then I found a rooster, silhouette rooster that I have, or another cutout that I have on my silhouette, and I did this in an iridescent green paper that I had, just to add something to that big spread of blankness. And I even brought the ribbon around to the inside to cut up that big wasteland there on the top of the card. So that's what I did with those. And I hope she likes them. I think they turned out pretty well. And then I was in Michael's yesterday. Oh, and what I also did, here's the I have a little glassine bag that I just tied with twine, and I stamped that chicken on there. I put some additional rhinestones in there, and then you can see that those are the little extra tags that I made for her. Found out that if you use VersaFine on glassine, I don't know if it's all inks or just happens to be the VersaFine ink, it does not dry. I have blotted this I don't know how many times, so you might, I don't know, maybe I should have just inked it and then embossed it, use embossing powder on it, and that would have taken care of it. But I kept waiting for it to dry. But it's been about 3 days now, so it's still not dry, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But that's that. And then at Michael's, they have a lot of their newer recollections on clearance already. They had all these little bags on clearance. I wish they had still had the one that had the sampler pack where you could buy some of each, but they didn't, and I wasn't willing to spend $1.99 on a bunch of, there's 25, so you get a lot, but I didn't need that many glassine bags. So I just picked this one. I like that chevron stripe, and I like that teal green, so I got that. And then they had a lot of their recollections, for they had either on sale or clearanced out. These were $1.79. And like I've said before, my mom does a lot of note writing to people in her congregation, and a lot of shut-ins, and she's 86, but she takes care of the old people. And so I thought I might make her a set of cards using these, incorporating these cross bobbins. They're actually not bobbins, brads, into them, so the people could keep the card or have a little memento. So I thought those were kind of cool. And then they also had some of their other recollections on clearance, and this is these leaves, and I liked the color of them. I thought they'd look cool with, in the fall with more subtle designs. And then here's some other recollections that they had. This is almost looks, I think Prima actually makes this for them. But this is the, what did they call this? This is, it doesn't say. But it's the swirls. It's using a combination of the pearl and the bling, and then it has the gray roses on them. And I thought that was pretty. I thought that would look neat. And then I'm just loving all these enamel dots, even though they're quite expensive. But they had these are My Mind's Eye, the sweetest thing. And they had 2 packs, and I really liked the colors, so I got both packs. They didn't have a 40% off, but they did have a 15% off. Now, after I used that 15% off, a 25% off, my total purchase popped up on my phone. I don't know where it was before, either that or I was in a hurry I had to get back to work, so maybe I just didn't see it, but oh well, that's life. What's another 10%? So I got those, and then I've been watching a lot of videos, and now these are upside down already, watching a lot of videos and seeing people use a lot of arrow stamps on their layouts or designs, especially over at 2Ps, and I thought, well, those would be cool, but I didn't want to pay all the money for a big stamp set when all I really wanted was 2 skinny arrows. So at Michael's they had the Studio G, and they had this cute little stamp set. Turn it right side up for you so you can read it. Notes, to do, date, and then the 2 different arrows. I thought that was kind of neat. You can't beat that for $1. And then, 15% off of that. And then I'm a sucker for these little paper clips. I could do the same thing with these 6/7 very easily, but for 49 cents, the butterflies and then the hearts. In fact, I might include these in, I got my granddaughter's books and some other trinkets besides some other things that we're giving them for a camping trip. So I thought maybe I might incorporate those into their gift for tomorrow. And then I had the other Martha Stewart snowflake punch, but I didn't have this one, and it's not always in the store. And I took it up to the counter thinking, of course, I had a 40% off, but there wasn't, and I used the 15% off, but I decided I'm just going to keep it. I'm not going to use the gas to try to take it back. So now I have both of the snowflake punches from Martha Stewart, and I really like those. And in another haul, I had shown some nail polishes that I got to make my own enamel dots, and I had bought a lot of white pearls at the Great Lakes Mega Meet, and so these are some of the colors that I used to make my own enamel dots just using nail polish, and they work pretty good. I had to file the edge a little bit. On this one I lifted it off to see how it looked, but if you get the nail polish all the way down to the edge, and that's really the secret, I think, they work really well. That and having the patience to wait overnight until they really dry before you even attempt to touch them or use them. But these are pretty close to a lot of the colors they're selling in the store, and they're not as flat, but I like them. So that's my share for today, my haul and my little card share. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope it's nice and beautiful in your neck of the woods. It is here in northeastern Ohio. So have a good one. See you soon. Bye-bye.